Are you from the 90s though? And you're 2000. I'm done. My piano came in the 2000s. We don't sing no more. We just go on the mic and everybody starts jumping. I'm at 2000. We legit. You wouldn't know that. You'll be stuck on some BAG. They call me Chance, the condom killer. The one vanilla. The grenadilla. But I'm at 2000 made it easier.
Yo, TK.
Yo, Chance.
What's up?
I'm good, bro.
Good to have you here, my man. Good to have you.
Thanks, though.
Yeah, what a guan, good people. I'm joined by TK Dope.
Yeah.
Representing the South Side. Is it Lundi Park or South Downs?
We call it South Side.
Where are you from? Lundi Park or South Downs?
Lundi Park.
Oh, it's Lundi Park.
Yeah, but I just joined the South Side. I don't like Lundi.
That's dope. So, anyway, let's get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Who's TK Dope?
Well, TK is just a young, versatile artist trying to push to the top, but it's just hard. So
hard.
Me,
what do you mean it's hard?
It's hard to live your life trying to be who you are and your parents telling you who you should be.
Okay, like the stigma. I think I was going to ask about it again. The stigma around like music. You're a musician.
Yeah.
And whatever. So how do you deal with that shit, Kuti? You're being told by your parents or whoever to do this. You don't want to do that. Or something else. Especially music. We know the society we grow up in, especially here in Zimbabwe and all. You have to be pro-parents.
Mm-hmm.
Like they tell you what to do. And since I gotta say, entertainment arts, it's just taboo.
Exactly.
Like, that is my guitar. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, most of the times, when I was a child, I told my grandma and my uncles I really want to do music. I never told those
And now, how do they look at you? How do they treat you?
They still look at me the same. But now the difference is they find me interesting, especially when I go for a show and I'm appreciated wherever I go, you see. So they now, start adjusting into it, but it's not what they want.
That's nice. I love that they're adjusting, and the fact that you do progress in whatever you do, if you see progress and they see progress as well, I feel like that's a dope thing.
Yeah.
I feel like. So, why music though? Why did you choose music? Like, how did you end up doing music? Did you always want to do music, like growing up?
No. Yeah.
What did you want to be when you okay, grade 1 with Pawenze? What do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah. Like in grade 1, I was told you're gonna be a pilot, one of the best.
Okay.
But now when I reach grade 5 now, so me, that guy was emotional most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't tell somebody face to face how I would feel. You understand?
Okay.
So I would end up in my closed up emotions. So I go so react on anyone. So when I was in grade 7 now,
Like react like how?
Like I couldn't really say how I feel, so if you just do something just nabaza
okay, why don't go pedzera shungu chiro vana chansa paside. All right, okay. So go on.
So in grade 7 now, Shuggaa grade 7, there was this guy in Spanish. He started doing my beats DSK paper.
Okay.
Who let the dogs out? So then I started cracking some rhymes because me, I used to listen to old school.
Okay.
Like Tupac.
Like who do you listen to? Like Tupac.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like
my old school is
Wanna Tupac and them.
Tupac, Akon. Me, I would listen to those because my aunt, she inspired me.
Akon is old school to him, bro. I love it. But yeah, so your aunt is the one who used to play them.
So and I used the terrier, so automatically ndakapezera into it.
All right. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you Panache will do the rhymes and the beats, and then you'll be rhyming and.
Yeah. So in primary now they will do the beats, and then I started rhyming. So when I went to Nashville, Form 1, I then met KB. So KB would see me because those
KB,
round games.
KB.
KB the producer.
KB, KB on the, all right, okay, KB.
So KB saw me into Mukaseko, mabonch. So I was just dissing some young
Was he Wasn't he by like MCC?
It was by MCC.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Oh,
Yeah.
he saw you like
But
Kumarain.
yeah, Kumarain,
Oh,
but
okay.
he was passing by. And
Eh.
inini ndanga nditoro ne boys, chingo ita over round games, chingo disana, you understand?
Okay. Yeah.
So then, akabandidana, and you know what? I produce music and all that. You're a good artist. I'm like, bro, I do this for fun. They say, don't do it for fun. You are very good. I was listening to what you were speaking there. And
Push.
if you can put it on the mic,
Mm.
trust me, you're gonna be something else. Then I said to my guy, did you hear what this guy said? He said I can sing. Yeah, he was in a passion for singing, but do you think he's right? So my guy, his name was Ashley Rooster, you know.
Actually,
He
Roast.
gave up though, but yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what, we can go to the studio and try some. That's how it all started. That's how the light came into my life. I'm like, what?
Oh, so you Form 1 you started going to the studio and
I didn't go there necessarily Form 1.
okay.
I went Form 2 first term. Then I was done with my first track. But this first track, somebody helped me write it. So it was quite difficult, you know, writing the whole song. The name was 21 Chains by then, you know.
Okay.
Drip, drip.
All right. Nice. Wait, which year were you in Form 1?
That was in 2014, 2015.
Oh, god
2014.
damn it. Oh, dang. I was like second year in college, bro. But 2015.
Mhm.
Were you in like weren't you in like fourth year college or something? Yeah, that's when you were finishing, right? God damn it. We old. Oh, okay, so like when you're now doing this music, we now know where you started and how you started. Who were like your inspirations? Did you have inspirations like
Yes.
people from even like people from internationally who you just looked at and you're like, shit, I want to be like him. Shit, he's good. I want to copy his style and all that.
Yep. I like
that?
Hobson. You know,
Hobson.
Hobson, whenever he's singing his tracks, I listen to Ilma in Savannah. So his emotions and everything, the way he spits the rhymes and all that, he became my favorite number one motivator.
Okay.
Because I would feel his pain, you know. I'm trying to wash away my sins.
Screams on the track and
Yeah, so I wanted to do that because me, I wouldn't tell somebody if you're boring or if you did stuff to me. I would just start writing on my notepad. This
Oh,
guy,
okay.
I don't like him because he's like this, like this, like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you understand?
Oh, okay. No,
Huh?
yeah, I feel you. Also, it was like Hobson and no one from like old school or no one
Nah,
who's like your age, who you looked at. Let's say someone who's your age or gonna doing big things and you're like, damn, I want to be like them.
Nah.
It was just like
It's
Hobson.
Hobson and a lot of Tupac in it.
Oh, okay, okay. So you are from Gweru, like Midlands. Like, how do you like see the entertainment industry as a whole? Like in Gweru, and okay, let me not say entertainment. Yeah, you can answer entertainment if you want, but let's narrow it down to like the hip hop scene because you're like a hip hop artist,
Yeah.
right? Like narrow it to the hip hop scene. Like, how is it for you? Because there's a lot of history of gatekeeping and people who try to block other people from being put on and stuff like that. It's a lot of rumors like that I hear people talking about. I haven't been in that situation because I don't sing, but then from your point of view, how is like the industry, like the hip hop industry in Gweru? Like, where do you see it like 5 to 10 years from now, and how do you think it should change?
Okay, so I'm gonna start to answer this question that you said. How do I see it?
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of people who don't like to help each other. It's like kuvarana panzi. It's like a lot of people just want to do my stuff and my thing. We're not united as, you see, dance or artists, they can have one rhythm. One rhythm, sport, huh? It's gonna be cracking. Even here in Mambo,
I love it everywhere.
they're
It's
gonna be cracking that. So you find out they have unity in it. Now, us as hip hop artists, we don't have that room for unity. It's more like
How
Takato Takangofenzana, you understand. We don't really work as my guys kawan, like we don't do my shows good, you know, my hip hop artist. It's more like we know somebody's in Harare, holy 10, holy 10 akaipa. That's like that. But we don't find time good isusu tipushe tree, like Gweru is a small town. We know. I know a lot of hip hop artists that have tried to.
Same here. I know a lot of them. That's why I'm always asking, why is it there's no union or anything, you know? And shout out to Sandman, like what you were saying. I saw his album Grind. Like he had a span of hip hop artists from that album.
Exactly.
Like, but then we don't see more of that. And if it's there, they don't get to the music doesn't get to us like that. So how do you think this like can be fixed or something? Because in as much as I'm concerned, Gweru is the city and ndakaona ine vanhu vanoteerera hip hop sekudaro nekufollowa hip hop. But then it seems like the hip hop artists are always in one place. They're not elevating or anything. I think maybe a few who actually tend to go to Harare, but I don't even think. No, I can't think of anyone. You see, like hip hop wise, maybe pop and urban grooves, but then hip hop. Like, what do you think has to be fixed, Papa?
Like, I think we need to work on communication skills. People shouldn't be selfish, you understand? Because if I meet you and we make a song, it's not about you, it's our song. But most of these rappers, it's all about them. They have pride. But no, I am at the top of the game because I started doing music. Like, for instance, let me talk about my homeboy or my guy, one guy from long back, African. He has been a hip-hop artist. And this one time, he saw my tracks, Tichiram Studio, and he noticed they were good. I begged his own, let's have a track together. Do you know what he told me? You're not yet on my level. So you understand. So those ziriko kuma artists akawanda, we feel like isusu tisu the divine God. Yet we are there. You know.
Don't you think like it's the misconception hip hop yatakatorera mudenga yekuti ku hip hop kwagara kune like kuva cocky kuti tozifila munhu wese hip hop anozifila kuti nini I'm the shit indakaipa, and you know a lot of us do that. But don't you think kuti munhu akadaro anenge akanganisa kuzvibata zvinhu izvozvo otanga kutoti kune vanhu you're not on my level, but muchingoradzika kuti mese muri pa come up, but munhu ari kukuti you're not on my level.
Right.
Yangori in a better position, they can put you on mese mobudira but askuda.
Exactly. Like Sandman has been trying to do that. He has been trying to, you can understand, he tried to do a cipher. But we pushed that cipher.
I heard about that.
Cipher. That cipher was legit. I got people from Athlone. He took people from ghetto. Like everybody was there. When a young saint, and everybody was there because we're trying to, at least together, we can rise up and we can make sure, because you can look at the music right now. A lot of artists is just rock it up, penetrate into hip hop. Even Enzo Chacha not in a game. This only 10 years. You understand? Because hip hop in a game. It's a much work in a game. But then it's only that when you start to do it, kind of unity. That's when you discover that hip hop is not like it. Otherwise,
I feel what you're saying, because I've always been having the same sentiments. I've been checking out how like hip hop started, like the history of hip hop, like Kunana, New York, the Bronx, whatever. Those people are united, and I hear them now. When 50 years, 40 years, and kind of so. You can tell because these people grew up in one neighborhood. It's like they grew up in Lundi. But so it means they were a unit.
Exactly.
They were so united. But then it's also, we are so much divided. We now have a lot of studios, but still we don't see any popping artists.
Exactly.
And even with radio, like, why is it? Maybe you can tell me from a hip hop point of view. Why is it we don't hear like most of your songs on radio?
Well, 2019, bro. You know, I saw push music now on a serious level. I worked on my album. I did a legit video. You understand? It's there. You don't know
where I came from.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I'm talking
I laughed that one.
Yeah. So ndaita video rangu, you know, I was so eager kuti now I really want to show vanepadheni kuti no paipa maidi chirombe. I had a story to tell, you don't know where I came from. Yeah. So I went to 98.4, you know.
98.4 Midlands.
Moonlight. Ndatosvika paipa, you know, me and my crew, story phone and a PSC, my homeboys. Guys, no music here, did papa flash, I know that. You know what? Music hip. That's the first question I got to ask. But now I'm going to hip hop. Like, that was that. I went back, and then they started telling me, you should email Pastor T. I don't know this pastor guy. Went on my emails, I kept sending him until that's one I gave up. Like,
he wasn't responding.
Like, you understand kuti unengo uri munhu arikuda kutoplayiwa paredhiyo ende uri kuda kutoti vhidhiyo rako rawakabva unotora ipapo ka ritorira rionekwe, but uri kunyatsoona kuti kamutaurirwo kauri kuitwa nako akaka people don't care, havana iyaya inotaurwa most of the time ndi customer service. Zvai kungoti wangokubvunzawo kuti wakatanga kuimba rini. That's a small question yakadaro. They don't care. So I noticed that hip-hop yakafedzwa, but ndakangosvika paghetto pamambo ndikura zimdanzo ndarova rhythm rakila T.
You think so? But like after this guy you were emailing didn't respond, like didn't you like go back again, cannot ask you to respond or anything? Or?
I tried going back, but ndinazotanga kusparkwa nako because the security guy now anga kutova neproblem in.
Or he's the one you would see?
I would see the security guy, isn't and then the security guy knows the message. Not knowing man, there's no secret.
Oh, like anofandra kuenda ne message mukati.
Exactly. So you take your ID, ubotora card rako, your flash drive, whatever, chauda unoenda nacho, and then unonyora, and then uende koko, and then baba vaona music yako because vanoiona nepa computer, and then vofana vakupa 7 working days. But that's how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
But I never got that service, bro.
Shit. Yeah. So also you've never talked to like a DJ or someone from the radio. I think that's another approach you can try. I've been hearing a lot of hip-hop artists could they get a friend who's a DJ and I know it's been happening even in New York in the early days on one way to if this kind of DJ either power hip-hop asking the music to play. It's something like gonna kuwanika. But didn't you think of like an idea kuti chero munhu waunoziva work radio? You try to use them.
Hey, to be honest, ndakabva ndatoti radio I mean. And I've gaya YouTube. Maybe one of those days when ndikazongeta mazi views
streaming exactly.
Exactly. So I started YouTube and then I tried to push up my music the street way. Ndanga ma CD ndaitonogadirawo makopi ma CD.
I don't ban ads on my streets.
Yeah.
No, I feel you. But 2019, that's when you dropped the album Psych, aren't it?
Yeah.
Tell me about Psych.
Wow.
The album, the motivation behind the album. Why Psych? Why the name Psych? Why? I like the cover, by the way. I think you should NFT that thing. It's dope. Have you seen the cover? It's dope. I'll show you. It's nice. Yeah, why Psych?
Okay, so 2019 July is it?
Yeah.
I worked on my songs and I told my songs with the boys and I was ready. So you understand that ego, you've been doing everything, you've been chasing your goals and you are hunting them now. But no, because streets. So my main focus was on music. I wouldn't focus on this. I would go in my room after that, Sandman. After Sandman, if KB Angar those days, I would go to KB and then, write some music. So after I did this, on a 98.4, I can draw a rejection. Whenever then, they started complaining about the way I was now tolerating the music. The way I was not tolerating, but the way I was now doing the music stuff, could never addiction. And you find out when you focus on one thing, so ndakabva ndaita inonzi ndingaiti repulse tingaiti chi and ndinyasoza ndo explain chiti chi whereby when people started telling me stuff about my music I would get angry kuti no imamusi kuona zvandiri kuona ka you're not feeling what I'm feeling kuti pafuture apa pandiri kutozopisa and to them it was dead. So one of those days, ndikutonyora marhymes angu, I'm just chilled then. My granny starts saying, it's a Satanism. Satanism. I've been putting my whole life on this. This is what I want to do. This is me. So, like, no one have ever seen me angry. But by that time, some burst ndakaputika. So now ndangobata table ndakatoipushira ukoko and everybody did not understand that movement ndakangoti wangorohwa nedzitemba ndakatobuda gede ndisina kana boots ndichojoga vanondijaira ndatochema was kuziva music inoita sei. So yeah. So now later when I did now they've tried kutaura among my doctors kuti no Mkomana has been doing this for 3 weeks now. He's been on his music. He's not eating properly. He can eat one meal. Mkomana is ajasojika koza taijika koza. So now they call the doctor. Yova ndatonzi Mkomana ngamboenda kunodi kumbonoendwa ku rehabilitation because I think I repulse. I ate too much of taking in drugs, so they called it bipolar. I'm coming on bipolar. So because I'm noticing kuti per 3 weeks also his moods angachikwira kadidi. Doctors will always find a way and indito ndakatogara ndiri kumfesa wangu zama kuma explain because I was crying. I was crying because I cried kubira kuma 7 because I got kuma 4 but ndatanga kuchema kuma 7 p.m. I think
I remember the day. Like we looked everywhere for you.
Exactly. So I was at places. I was very angry, bro. Like, yeah. So,
shout out DJ Shuggaa in the house. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, go on. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, it's okay. So, then my grandma called the cops in the pastor. Vatouya paya. Vatouya doctor wakatori paside kuti vachazoona the situation is real. Here zvamashuwa sematsvagira wangu aitochi information. You understand? And then they said, let's go somewhere. We talk about this music. We finally find out kuti unogona uimba. And then it was explain. You leave me alone. It's just like I needed my space. But they were all in my face like an airbag. Ngarma one. Showard. Ndakatoenda ku general. So now I stopped the music. Nasanda tombo release and nangoblitsa one track. Ndakatonzi Mkomana
like the one in a video. Yeah.
Litoskai koko, they have these injections, the CBZ.
Yeah.
So CBZ is whereby they're trying to calm your brain. Like vanongoku inongotongo piwa munhu anenge chiri like kana wakashuta like kana brain yako isiri kugona ku stabilize like you can't sleep. Like you're talking too much and you can't shut up. So then they just khatam you. Vanongotongo kubaya upayembe papo pamakumbo utokubaya and then the next thing you are lights out baba waenda. So ndatobayiwa ma-injections aya ndikabva ndatoita shutdown ndo pakabva patombomira music boys flower rera rara kutomboita ma-blossoms yarwa nechando.
So you stayed like for how long? Like so that's where the name of the album Psych came.
Psych, yeah.
You actually stayed in
the Psych one.
Like for how long? So
I went in there until they supposed to check up on you for 2 weeks. So they did that 2 weeks, but 2 weeks then again the first 2 weeks manji because now I was now trying to figure out because boys I got my funnies boys. Ndinasvika imomo vanonge mufesa wangu ndatomborana weed angatori moyo ndakadzidza naye. So it was ndichimuka makuseni kuti yo bro tiripi because I thought kuti ndasungwa since ndapwanya table yepadheni ndashuta nditobva ndiri mujera egeta. Ndikutocheka mufesi kuya ndikuona mune mumwe mufesi wanga anonzi Thompson. Dziri kutomuka waiza tikakuite kumukira ne. Some funny shit, but it's real. I'm asking my guy, so what are we doing here? This guy is saying, bro, I don't even know.
Did you do the pills as well, or it was just weed?
Me, I used to do weed. But here and there, but I would do weed, yeah.
Mm.
So then I'm saying to this guy, we need to get out, Shan.
Yeah.
So this one year's guy, I'm fighting for him. And he's going to cut him face. So you understand, man, the situation is what? It was hard. So now it became overdose. So now, yeah. So when you get CBZ and now they give you my pills, when I sodium valproate, they give you I'm forgetting this other one. So they give you stabilizer. But can I overdose those? You can't say nothing, bro. Like what zombie, like zombie walking. So now when you observe, man, you get medication offer, so you start hallucinating for real. What about you understand? So tabaya injections 2 weeks there, the never known in Chifana Zobuda. But the extended to 3 weeks.
Shit.
And now I was now diagnosed. My drugs are very, 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 very crucial or sensitive to the brain. Because the antioxidant stabilize the brain. But now when they come to overdose the brain, you can't say nothing, you can't see properly. All you just want to do is maybe eat, sleep, repeat.
Routine every day.
Every day, bro. And they'll be telling you what to do. Stand up. National anthem, because I don't know that time on the brains. A mind games, bro. So yeah, it was very hard.
Damn it.
So I went in for 3 weeks.
Were you actually convinced, no, I'm not crazy. I'm going to my tantrums.
I tried.
Like, up to now, do you think it was really like bipolar disorder or do I want to go somewhere else?
Nah,
because people, there's a misconception. People will be like, I'm fine, I'm going to my drugs,
exactly.
There's
a time I believed it, because I know it must have been bipolar now. Because Pepe nakambo weed, Pepe this one time nakambo no beers, you understand? No, you're getting a lot of unwanted energy because pastors would come through. I'm praying to you. Panifoni okambo bauri form chakadaro. What is that? A lot of religious stuff this is and those pills I think akavhura brain yako kuti chese chaunodzwa nemunhu kana utori munhu asina kutosimba zvekudaro. That's why you find out kuti vanhu vakawanda vanoenda mumaside memoya. Once abuda imomo haachakwanisi kuita inonzi ma-self decisions ake sekuti ndoda kubuda chichichi. It's like akungoudzora chienda toilet osumuka enda toilet. Because inongovhura brain kuti unenge uchingotaura unenge wakutaurira zvaunoda nasomeone. You don't have your own will anymore. But thank God, God bless you. Yeah. So ndakabva ndatanga kungobelieve that maybe I am bipolar, maybe I am not. So pandakabuda manje aipapo ndandani ma1 because ndanyatsorecover ndangoitawo zvokuti ndibude. So then I went to Harare. Ndatombonzanga he should stop music because akangoda kufarisa, and then my pills arifana stabilize brain yake. But they weren't working that way manje. If you drink them you're supposed to be stable, wakachila chichi inaitongorara. Ndikatongomamwa ndangofane munhu atora line yake or some herb tongodosa. Or sometimes I'll just close my eyes yet ndoda kumuka, but then they are too strong for my system.
Shit.
Yeah. So when I recover from that, it was only my aunt who discovered, no, these pills are as both from Fano. Let's just throw them away. It's just from Zampanari bow. Timomona, Timonita, how far. Proper diet and all that, gym, what. So no like Randagaita when I went to Harare. Pamela, she's like, no.
Oh, shout out Pamela. And you stop, and then that's when you stopped, like
that's when
the
I
pills.
stopped the pills.
And everything is back to normal.
Everything back to normal. Nothing ever since that day.
Album mode. You get back to album. You're like, now I'm going to name it Psych.
Yes.
It was a good album, by the way. I loved it.
Thanks, man.
I loved it. It's a good hip hop album.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like, because I could tell like my songs around that album. It's like you're telling a story.
Yeah.
Like it's like poetry. Obviously, hip hop is kind of poetry, but then it's like you were telling a story, like what's been happening to you.
So then I then tried to do my 1, 2, 3 tracks since nana kudzoka form waiza. So I tried to make my tracks and ndichizama kurelate to the situation. I know. Panakanombonopinda umnana seclusion and all that. What was happening? Because it was a good experience. Because ndakatozonotisa kuti no. Sinzofamba sei on the other side. Vamwe vana my life ichi. Outside life I took to rarama izvezvi, you understand?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you actually stopped like drugs and.
Yeah, because now wangu nanda kutoona tota papa nogona ngoshudwa kanzatotanga mukomana. But when I came from Harare, I won't lie. Because they had said it was weed, I wanted to find out, was it really weed? Ndakamonodzitenga boys. My grades. Started blazing with my homeboys. No boys, that's guy. Yeah, it happened, but it's not what they are saying. It's not this, because everybody was saying drugs. Katanga Roma boys, the music video was too nice. It's too nice. Yeah, so
ukouchinzi madhimoni nevechechi tinamatigwa kuchechi waienda. Are you a religious person?
Yeah, I'm a religious person. I'm
also
a Christian.
AFM?
AFM, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. That's actually dope. So you don't believe in these things? It's not organized makristu hey, hip hop music ya Satan.
Yeah, no.
It's bullshit.
I don't buy it.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
The Bible actually, the Bible talks about worshiping God. It doesn't talk about worshiping God in a way yakafamba say. It just says you should worship. And apana mbotaura kunzi panoda calm music, soft music. No. It only depends with the motive. Because nini ndakamira pana I stand as a motivation to other people. I'm here to motivate people. I'm here to inspire other people out there. They are living life in distress. So in a way,
they can hear from you what you went through, and then they're like, "Oh no, I can come back from this."
Because now I've become a specialist in these mental problems. Because I'm not serious, alright.
Is it not like scary, man?
It is, bro. It is.
In your psychiatry, how many in the ward?
We were like 15, 18.
What was
the weirdest thing was when somebody that is worse than you ate something and then you're supposed to clean up the mess. Like, there are people who wouldn't help themselves to the toilet, huh? You're supposed to clean it up. Because they'll be rough and tough because
shit.
Or they would wake you up around midnight, especially when stress, and you
why? Fucked up.
And then he notices
exactly.
They hit you, catamize you big time. So yeah,
they enjoy it.
They're actually allowed to hit people.
They treat you how they want, Dara.
You actually feel like money.
You can't think.
You actually feel like money such and over and what sick in the head because you can't enjoy. You can't be enjoying that.
When in situations where, say, addicted, I don't know or something.
Something
like he sneaks in drugs.
Nah, I never found out that. A numbers one as a but then there is a chance that manesa when they have stressed out the part they can come and finish it up on you until you are on a bus. Literally on
So at least the guys that we end up seeing in the street.
Yeah. I know. Exactly. Yeah. I've seen one Angatorimo by that time she had stillbirth. So Titi ate a stillbirth now, she needed counseling. So then they kept dosing until was one time yakakwasangotiza. Right now she's there in the street, like she's just walking around the streets. And yet most of my friends don't know it. It's just Zana much because we're in the same situation. What do you confused? But no, me, I understand it.
Shit.
So yeah, something like that can happen to anyone.
So like in this situation, this city girl was broken.
Exactly.
And traumatized.
Exactly. But then she needed counseling. Not my pills, because my pills why not stabilize her brain, but they don't really know what I should say. The animal side effects are very, 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 very crucial. Kuti vanofana kutoma mbomaita handizivi kuti vambomataridza because vapana vanotodhakwa nawo these days. But zvaanokuita ndezvekuti unoshaya self voice rako. Your inner voice kazhinji kacho ukazona recover from there unenge watomarega. Otherwise kuramba chimarowa whatever somebody tells you, that becomes your reality. What is it? I've
heard a lot of people say that. Could you actually become better paunomasiya?
Exactly. Because when I drop them,
oh, but then there are some other people who actually calm down. They actually calm down.
Exactly.
Take one. Take five.
When you're in that situation now, you cannot recover. Ujita proper. God loves you.
And they don't really understand. They're using you as a.
They are not even my specialist. I'm my doctor.
1 to 10. If we tick the boxes, we 10. But you are 10 for that hour.
Shit.
Some of the questions we 10. So
Takutokupaka wanda 5.
Even if you kill them. Like, so they don't. If it's supposed to be like a consistent monitoring. And we try this, we move it. We try this, we monitor it.
No, they do that. They try that, but very heavy load. But it's that much monitor. But you got a braining way. So that's the same thing I was saying. When they start monitoring you, can brain nobody with a waste. Usually. Nobody with a waste. I'm a specialist because doctors know twice for visitation, Tuesday and Thursday. And then
damn it.
So you understand my mental problems until Dr. Mbunya so visit you but to plan but
it's a cold world out there. It's a cold world. But to you personally, you loved your album.
Yep.
How do you rate your album out of 10?
It's since now nakufila kuti ndapererwa because Sandman, to be honest, he worked very hard with me because I felt like I was now somebody else. I couldn't make music, but he told me, no, come in the studio, let's try to make music, let's do this. He was telling me what to do, and slowly I was now adjusting back in form in my self-esteem. So
yeah, shout out
I rate it 8 maybe 8, 7 out of 10. Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah, well, I'll give it a 10.
High honor. It's your art. It's what you did.
Exactly.
Best.
The music is my art of expression. Yeah,
that's dope. So are you planning on giving us something in the coming months, or are you recording right now? I heard that the time I was talking to you, you were like you are kind of demotivated these days.
Yeah. I'm gonna be back involved.
Okay.
But right now I'm still strategizing.
Oh, but you're writing though.
Yeah, I'm writing. But I can't finish a whole song when I write, because the unwanted energies is if you're doing this kind of stuff, you really need motivation. No offense, not
maybe
about
be
motivation.
in your space.
Yeah, you need your space. So now when I try to do that thing, especially when I'm at the end, man, you understand? Usazoita too much, uzozotanga. So you man, you don't
come on.
And then you can't go at your friend's house asking feel his own music and Sandman is usually busy most of the time. Yeah, but Canary Free we can go and try, but kuti ndichipedza manje ma-contents angu andanyora so far. It's been a challenge. But yeah, I'm trying very hard.
No, I wish it all pans out for the best. Like we all want to do our own shit, wise sing and all that.
Yeah,
I wish it pans out for the best. But yeah, that's the questions I had for you. Producer, did you have any questions for me within the Bonze one?
Most famous person in which?
Besides me, of course.
That's famous.
yeah.
He said,
You're giving him signs. You're giving him signs. I want to know what's the most famous person you've met?
Yeah, guys, none. No one.
No, just try and think in your own world.
Have you ever been like to a concert? Alright, not met or see a concert. Yeah.
Don't put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
From your own experience,
Mm-hmm.
there's someone who's of high value. We're not saying it would be the same as for us, but in your own space.
Oops.
You met Hobson.
In my own space. In my mind, right? Do you mean in my mind? Damn it.
Damn, it's too bright.
Nah.
Anyway, you can think.
Can't think
No,
of
no,
anyone. I thought Ray Vines at one point, but
you met Ray Vines.
yeah.
See?
Mm,
See?
yeah.
You met.
I think he went something.
Ghetto to suburb for 2 hours there.
I think he went through something that you went.
You think so?
Yeah, I did. Like
Yeah, even the way he's been
man,
deactivating and yeah.
that interview.
Mm.
I didn't watch the interview, but I think I should.
Watch it.
I think I
There are
should.
a lot of things that he's hiding that he can't
I laughed
say.
that kid.
You know, okay, let me tell you something about Ray Vines.
Mm.
I'll tell you off.
Oh yeah, you. But
Proper. Yeah, maybe Ray Vines.
Alright.
Yeah.
Shug, anything you have for the boy?
What? Two things. What advice would you give to young people, like your age now? What advice would you give them? Just
You're how old? 19.
No, I'm 21.
yeah, like your peers.
Mm-hmm. Me, I'll tell people that these things that they do, vachifunga kuti it's fun. It's not really nice out there when it's real. When shit gets real, they're not gonna deal with it the way they think they're gonna deal with it. So no, it's just takasimba. You know what? So when they get peers, they grow up drugs. Yeah, especially when a crystal meth. Now I'm just telling those kuti my mental problems. Once you get in it, manji, you won't realize that you're tripping. That's the boring part. You won't even realize it. So you understand kuti once you start playing, the brain is actually everything. And once you lose that, you lose yourself. So me, my best advice is, they should just stop. Like literally doing drugs, they go overdose, ODs. We know Shuggaa died because of overdose.
Rest in peace, Shuggaa. Shit.
He died because of overdose. How many more are we going to lose? Because no, those things, guys. Herbs, we know it has been there for years, but yeah, that thing we don't even know it. So overdosing is bad. Now, overdosing is bad. So people should just look for my counselors and try to talk out. You know, that's what I do in instead of keeping it in. Sometimes I can just go to someone and say, Asha. I don't care who. Me, I'll just say, Asha.
I don't know who I talk to. Bro.
You just talk
Whatever
to
I'm
anyone.
feeling, I can go at the bar, tell the bar lady that, hey, bro, this is what I'm feeling, bro.
Because now you just take a
I've released.
you release that
You know what I'm
thing.
saying?
Because
I can just like in a group of people, haters, I can say, but you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Damn.
But
That's
it's
actually
real.
good advice.
it's
Second
real.
question I'm gonna ask you: what do you think us older people need to do for you guys?
Pay attention. They need to pay attention to what these kids or these people are doing around them. What ideas do they have? What do they want to be? Not trying to fix their problems and ask, I need an engineer. No, man. You understand? They should be open-minded. They should observe. They're now doing stuff that their parents don't even know they're doing. Then they're doing a lot of stuff. No wonder why. So yeah, our parents should be supportive in a way. At the same time,
Beyond parents, right? Us guys.
It's also my face the older people. Yeah.
And I don't want you to last one.
Yeah.
But what
Damn.
I don't know what tells out. It's over.
Yeah,
I
Vanna,
wish this
2000.
guy would have- Like you see, coming on the podcast today was something probably you wanted to do from way back.
and he knows it. You knows it.
And you would,
Procrastination.
So
Yeah.
ask guys that probably you see, because I might have you see what you're talking about but how when you're now creative, you know, I mean, I might come in and say, no, listen, when he's in this state, leave him.
Exactly.
And then they
Proper.
understand.
Exactly.
They
Ah,
from,
but,
coming
wait.
from a book. Like the person like I don't
Yeah.
Like they have to be done. So what is it that us guys need to do? Because we are the generation that's between our parents and you guys. We understand both sides.
Exactly.
I can roll in the mom side like the old, religious strict.
Yeah.
And then I can come from Mama 2000 and rock it.
Exactly. So basically, I think we should be there for each other. We should be brothers. Yeah, you go not just try kungomisa aside. No, try to talk to him. What's wrong these days? You've been like this, because a lot of ignorance kills. Like now, literally, face are good trip. You understand? But then I got I mean, I think but then we shouldn't be ignorant. We should just be supportive. You understand? Even Chance knows it. My days are Chance. Boys, no paying it, boys. No shooting, boys. Chance of the my dead. But I don't know when I'm fan of teenage. I'm fan of city the boys. Understand? Because so we should be supportive and we shouldn't be ignorant. Kuti, I know in any songs about the bank and as we save the next old and this like I know.
I get you. Deep, bro.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's all. Before I play 1 minute with them, I want to play with you 1 minute before you go.
Play 1 minute, we need to go ready.
For sure.
Bro, waiting for us, bro.
Shout out after 5, Mzansi. Let's go. So I'm just going to ask you. You have a stopwatch, right? I'm just going to ask you my questions, and you have to answer as fast as you can in 1 minute. Mashoma.
Are you on Instagram?
Yeah.
Are you on Instagram? You know chicks on Instagram?
Yes, mugadzirire.
Are you on Instagram? Yeah. When you ask
Uye ndiwe ma 2000, ndiwe ma 2000, nditsagire ma 2000.
which school did you go to?
Nashville.
So chicks around town, like one chicks around. You.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, and it's performing today again in town. But let's play 1 minute first. Let's make this fast. Year of birth.
2000.
Body count.
Thanks, Chance.
Let's got it.
Good looking out.
Yeah.
It's your boy.
Tito.
We in on radio.
Danny.